Hello, welcome to this week's mindfulness practice. My name is Leanna. If this is your first time tuning in or you show up day by day or week by week for your practice on my channel, thank you for choosing to be here today and for spending this time with me. So this week I wanted to bring you a little flow that really starts to work on the chest, the front body, but also that upper back. So we're going to be doing a lot of heart opening today, some gentle back bends, and it's really going to offer you that release into this area of the body, especially if you find yourself seated, reaching towards a computer all day, or just holding more tension as we do in this area of the body. I hope you find some space throughout this practice, and I hope you find some sort of release throughout this practice. So, as always, whenever you step on the mat with me, please take every shape at your own pace. Use this time for you and match your energy that's coming forward, meeting yourself where you are every time you have the opportunity to step on your mats. All right, so we'll get started right away. You won't necessarily need anything for your practice today, but if you know you like that block by your side or that bolster, please do bring that by your side. We are going to get started in a child's pose whenever you're ready. And just reaching those arms forward, long down your mat, and bring those knees wide, toes come to touch. Rest your forehead towards the ground as you melt that chest towards the ground. And that forehead may reach, perhaps you support it with that prop by your side. And just beginning to land here, arriving for a few breaths in this grounding shape to arrive for our practice. Allowing those hips to sink back a little deeper with every exhale and that chest to melt like a hammock towards the ground. Can you begin to tune into any sensations in the body, the sensations of this stretch and this shape? And just arriving and tuning into what's coming forward, the energy that's coming forward for your practice. Tuning into how you're feeling here in this moment. And beginning to notice that breath as you tune deeper into the body, watching it flow in and out. You may feel those ribs expand laterally with every breath in and every breath out. Trying to lengthen out that breath, seeing if you can extend that inhale and exhale, and watching how that feels. And we'll find a breath in, find a breath out. Finding 2 more rounds of breath here in this shape. Last round. Good, slowly on your next breath in, walking those hands towards your body, lifting yourself upright, coming to a kneeling seat. And I invite you to bring a hand over your heart or your belly and continue to connect with that breath, watching those hands pull away and hug inwards with every breath you take. And we'll find a moment here to check in with what you need during this next little bit of time. If you'd like to call an intention for your practice, please do so now. And we'll find a breath in, find a breath out, and softly flutter your eyes open when you're ready. And have a wonderful practice, everyone. So from your kneeling seat, we'll find that tabletop coming to all fours, and then step those hands a print in front of one another. So just one step forward, and then draw those knees a little bit wider, ankles step wider with those knees. Round your spine, sit those hips back towards your heels. Find that child's pose variation, and then on your breath in, arch the back, draw those hips forward, coming to a modified up dog as you straighten through the legs, straighten through the arms. Good, breath out, rounds through the spine, sit those hips back towards your heels. Breath in, arches the back like cow pose as you shine your heart forward for that modified up dog. Breath out draws you back, find that child's pose. Breath in draws you forward. Let's find 3 more rounds here, moving with your breath, moving at your own pace, and allowing that breath to move like a wave up and down the spine as you move through this wave-like motion. Really good. Last 2 rounds here. And last round. From that modified up dog, we land back into that tabletop. Walk those knees in under your hips and then walk those hands to the top edge of your mat. Melt your chest and forearms down towards the ground, finding a puppy pose. And those hips stay high over your heels. That chest melts even more towards the ground like a hammock. Maybe that chin comes to the ground. Maybe it's the forehead. Finding your shape here, finding your depth. And starting to feel this deeper opening across that chest, maybe into those armpits, the shoulders. Can you breathe into the back of your heart space, the thoracic spine, that upper back? Find a breath in. Find a breath out. 2 more rounds of breath here. Last inhale. On that exhale, just melt those hips back towards your heels, hands walk towards your body, child's pose. Find a breath in. Find a breath out. Rooting down through those palms, draw forward, find that tabletop. Spread those fingers wide, root down through the left palm. Inhale, reach that right arm tall, find that twist through the upper back. Exhale, thread that arm through to the left, finding a hover of that arm. Inhale, reach tall, find that rotation. Exhale, land and thread the needle. Right arm reaches to the left as those hips stay high. We find that rotation in the upper back. Press that left hand into the ground to peel that left side of the chest open as you continue to reach towards the left with that right arm. And you can stay here with that left hand pressing, or you can take a half bind. Reach that left arm tall, bend through the elbow, reaching towards your right hip crease. And it's that same activation of peeling that left side of the chest open. Find a breath in wherever you are. Find a breath out. 2 more rounds of breath here. Good, last inhale. Exhale, that left hand plants down if it's not already. Breath in, reach that right hand tall, find that twist. Exhale, right hand plants right away. Breath in, cow pose. Arch the back, lift the gaze and tailbone. Exhale, cat, round through the spine, push the ground away. Inhale to your cow. Exhale, round to cat. Really spread those shoulder blades wide. Good, draw forward, last round here. And then push the ground away, exhale. Find a neutral spine, root down through that right palm. Inhale, reaches that left arm tall, find that twist. Exhale, thread that arm through to the right, finding a hover. Good, breath in, find that rotation through the upper back. Exhale, thread that arm through, landing on the side of the head, the side of the shoulder. Reach towards the right side with that left palm. And then press into the ground with that right hand, finding that peel of that right side of the chest as you rotate those shoulder blades. Option to keep the right hand as it is, or you can reach that right arm tall, bend through the elbow, reach for that left hip crease. It's that same motion of peeling that right side of the chest open. Breathing here, finding your depth, finding your shape, allowing it to look different than the opposite side. Good, 2 last rounds of breath as you are. Last inhale. On that exhale, that right hand plants if it's not already there. Root down, reach tall with that left palm, find that twist. Exhale, left hand plants. Inhale, arch the spine to cow. Exhale, round through the back for cat. 2 more rounds here of cat-cows, allowing this to look fluid and move in a motion that feels good for you. And then on your Next inhale, you find a neutral spine. Spread those fingers wide, root down through the knuckles on your palms, tuck those toes under. Hug your ribs into your center line. Turn those elbow creases towards one another to engage the upper arms. Puff out through the upper back. That core is engaged. Option here to lift the knees off the ground an inch or two. Take a breath in. Exhale, we hover, finding that bear pose. Really hugging those ribs into your center line, pushing the ground away. Take a breath in wherever you are. Stay for the exhale. Option is stay here through center, or you can tap knee to elbow. Take a breath in through center. Exhale, right knee taps to right elbow. Good, release back through center, breath in. Left to left. Back through center, right to right. Back through center, left to left. Take a breath in through center, holding here. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog, let that go. Take any shifts, any movements here that your body's craving to welcome in this new shape. We'll find 5 rounds of breath, a little bit of free flow, a little bit of free movement here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, landing in stillness on that exhale. Good, breath in, heels lift as you ripple forward to that high plank, holding high plank from knees or toes, pushing the ground away. Finding that puff in the upper back, just like in our hovering table. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend through the elbows, lower all the way through to your bellies. Untuck the toes once you arrive, zip the legs together. Hands stay planted under your shoulders, lift chest and chin as you squeeze the back body for cobra. Breath in. Exhale, release. Good, inhale to cobra, maybe those hands hover. Breath in, we lift. Exhale, release. Option for upward facing dog on this 3rd round. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, release. Move through knees or toes, make your way back to downward facing dog, hips high. 2 rounds of breath. Last round. Inhale, heels, lift knees, bend, look forward, step forward, meeting your hands at the top of your mat. Breath in, halfway, long spine. Exhale, release. Root down through your feet, engage your glutes, lift tall to the sky, extended mountain. Gaze may lift. Exhale, pour forward over your legs. Good, we'll take another round here. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Root down through your feet, engage your glutes, lift tall to the sky, extended. Good, this time sitting back into that chair, hips sit down and back. You may choose to walk your stance a little wider. Finding your placement of those feet, draw the weight in the heels. Tuck your navel under, hug your ribs into your center line. Good, squeeze those glutes as you sit a little lower. Find a breath in, relax your shoulders down your back. Good, shine your heart forward, take an inhale. Take an exhale. One more inhale here, reaching tall. Exhale, hands come to prayer at heart center. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Last inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right, left elbow hooks onto the outside of that right thigh. Good, and then press those palms in towards one another as you find that rotation through the upper back. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Really nice, then draw your right hip forward, draw that left hip back, square off the hips. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Start to draw that weight into the right foot, come high on those left toes. Take a breath in. On your breath out, walk or step that left foot back, find the lunge stance in those legs. That back knee is lifted or lowered. And then press those palms in towards one another. Again, find that rotation in the upper back. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Last full round of breath here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, windmill open to warrior two. Back heel lands down, lunge into that front knee. Reaching front to back, or hands can come to your hips. Find your placement here. Take a breath in, strong legs. Exhale, maybe you lunge a little deeper. Good, direct that front knee to your second toe. Engage that inner thigh on the right side. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Legs stay as they are. Inhale, reverse arms. Right arm sweeps overhead. Left hand trickles down or reaches for that right hip crease for a half bind. Can you lengthen along that right side body as you continue to lunge forward? Take one more inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Option to move through a vinyasa here if you'd like. Allow that breath to guide your movement. And find 2 rounds of breath wherever you are. Good, inhale, heels lift, knees bend, step and walk forward. Inhale, halfway, long spine. Exhale, release. Root down, reach tall to the sky, extended. Breath out, sit back into that chair. Finding that chair placement. We've been here before, so engage in the weight in those heels, squeezing those glutes, sitting those hips back and down. Relax those shoulders, shine your heart. Tuck your tail, hug those ribs into your center line. Find a breath in. Stay for the breath out. Last inhale, reaching tall. Hands come to prayer at heart center. Exhale. Find a breath in. Find a breath out. Last inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow hooks on the outside of that left thigh. Good, then push those palms in towards one another as you rotate through that upper back. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good, then draw that left hip forward as you draw that right hip back. Square the hips, find around the breath. Weight starts to draw into the left foot. Come high on those right toes. Take a breath in. Lightly step those right toes back. Lift that back knee or keep that back knee lowered. Your choice here. Take a breath in. Rotate through that upper back on your exhale. Pushing those palms together, finding that heel of the left side open. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Last full round of breath here. Exhale, stay. Inhale, open to warrior two. Reach front to back. Back heel rotates down, lunge into that front knee. Arms stay reaching forward here. They may come to your hips. Squeeze those glutes as you lunge forward. Direct that front knee to your second toe. Good. Hips and shoulders are opening out to the right. Find a breath in. Find a breath out. You're reaching forward with those arms for our last round of breath here. Legs stay as they are. Reverse arms. Left arm swoops overhead. Right hand trickles down or finds that half bind. Take a breath in, reach to the back of the space. Exhale, lunge a little deeper. One more inhale here. Exhale, arms cartwheel down, frame your front foot, step back to downward facing dog. We hold here for 2 rounds of breath. Last round. Good, next inhale, right toes reaches tall. 3-legged dog, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Take a breath in. Exhale, knee to right tricep, draw forward. Good, inhale, reach tall, maybe you find that bend. Exhale, knee to nose, really round through the spine. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, cross over, knee to left tricep. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to nose, step through, runner's lunge. Hands stay grounded here, that back knee is lifted or lower. Find a breath in. Find a breath out. Can you find the power in the legs become lighter on those fingertips? Really root down through that front foot. Rooting down through that back knee or high on those back toes. Squeeze that glute as you lift the hamstring to the sky. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good, next inhale, we reach those arms forward, find arrowhead. That belly's still reaching to that front thigh. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Next inhale, sweeps those arms back, interlace your hands or grab hold of opposite elbows here. Find your bind. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Legs stay as they are. We shine our heart, lift our gaze. Back bend, reaching those arms back, opening the chest. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Back heel rotates down, warrior two. Legs, we keep the arms as they are. Back bend, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Hands move to that right hip crease. Left hand stays, right arm swoops overhead. Reverse arms, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good, warrior two, reach front to back, straighten through that front leg, give it a break. Find a breath in. Exhale, reach through that right hand drops, left arm tall. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Find a breath in. Find a breath out. Good, left hand stays reaching taller. You bend through that elbow, reach for the right hip crease. Find that half bind. Peel that left side of the chest open as you stack those shoulder blades over one another. Maybe the gaze lifts. Find a breath in. Find a breath out. Last inhale here. Release the bind on your exhale. Inhale, reach tall, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Find that runner's lunge, back knee is lifted or lowered. Root down through the left palm, reach that right hand tall. Find that twist. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Right hand stays reaching tall. You can bend through the elbow, reach for your left hip crease. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Last inhale here. Release the bind, right hand meets the ground, step back, downward facing dog. 2 rounds of breath here. Option to take a vinyasa if you'd like. Good, next breath in. Now we reach those left toes tall, 3-legged. Bend the knee, open the hips, squeeze that heel towards your glute. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, reach tall. Knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Cross over, knee to right tricep. Inhale, reach tall. Knee to nose, step through, runner's lunge. We frame our front foot. Find that force or that power in the legs. Root down through those feet, back knees lifted or lowered. Come lighter on those fingertips. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good, squeeze that right glute, lift the back of the thigh to the sky. Find a round of breath. Legs stay as they are, arms reach forward for arrowhead. It's a long diagonal from that back heel through the crown of the head. Find a breath in. Find a breath out. Inhale, reach those arms back. Interlace the hands or grab hold of opposite elbows here. Find the opposite place of those hands together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more round of breath here. Legs stay as they are. We shine our heart, lift our gaze. Head drops back. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Right heel rotates down, warrior two stance. Find that back bend. Find that reach of the heart to the sky. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Hands come to your left hip crease. Right hand stays. Left arm sweeps. Take a breath in. Lunge a little deeper on the exhale. Last inhale here, furthest reach. Exhale, warrior two, reach front to back, straighten through that front leg. Reach through the left hand, Trikonasana triangle. Left arm down, right arm high. Opening up to the right, rotating those shoulder blades over one another. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Right arm stays reaching, or you can bend through the elbow. Reach for that left hip crease. Peel that right side of the chest open wherever you are. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Last inhale here. Release the bind, reach tall. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, runner's lunge. Option to lower that back knee here if you'd like. Root down through the right palm, reach that left arm tall, find that twist. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Left arm stays reaching tall, or you can find that half bind reaching for that right hip crease. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Peel that left side of the chest open. Last inhale here. Exhale, left hand meets the ground. Step back to downward facing dog. 2 rounds of breath, or option 4 of Vinyasa. Good. Next inhale ripples you forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way through to your bellies. Untuck the toes once you arrive. Allow that forehead to rest down. Good. Arms reach by your side. Palms down. Thumbs facing outwards. We're finding locust pose. So long spine. Squeeze your entire back body on your breath in. Lift your arms, your legs, chest, chin off the ground. Squeeze that back body as you reach towards the sky. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Another round of breath here. Reach up to the sky. Last inhale. Exhale, lower to the ground. Bring your left cheek to the mat. Allowing that back bend to dissipate, to go. And we'll find that one more time here. So head draws through center, neck is long, arms are grounded by your side. On your breath in, squeeze that back body as you lift your chest, your chin, your arms, your legs, your thighs lift off the ground. You come to balance on those hip bones, your pubic bone. Take a breath in, reach towards the sky. Good, find another full round of breath here. Lift, lift, lift. Last full inhale. Exhale, you slowly release to the ground, opposite cheek to the mat. Just allowing that to go, letting that dissipate. Good, your head draws back through center. Let's bring that left cheek to the mat. Good, so left cheek is to the mat, arms cactus by your side. Hug that right knee in by your side like you're sleeping on your belly, toes face out, finding in a half frog shape. Good, landing here, finding one more round of breath. And then option to stay here exactly as you are. You can find an open wing. You may keep that left arm bent as it is, or you can play around with having it straight. If you're taking that half wing, you're peeling back on that left shoulder. As you step that right foot behind you, knee towards the sky, the ball of the foot plants behind that left leg. And then that right hand stays down as a kickstand in front of your face. Option to keep that right hand as it is, or you can find that half bind we've been taking through practice, reaching for that left hip crease. Gentle, or rather intense shoulder opening here, chest opening, so easing into your depth. Knowing that these are all options here, so if you've gone one step too far, please know that you can take a step back. Whatever shape you're landing in, find 3 more slow rounds of breath. Last 2. Last 1. unraveling back towards your bellies, and then stack those hands up in front of you. Rest your forehead down, crocodile pose. Just resetting the spine here, realigning. Find one more round of breath. Good, and then you find that cactus shape with those arms. The right cheek comes to the mat. Right cheek to the mat. And then hug that left knee in by your side. Find that half frog, toes facing out. Sleeping on your belly. Couple rounds of breath here in this starting shape. Last round of breath. Good, and then if you'd like to explore that open wing, playing around with the shape of that right arm. And then when you're ready, peeling back on that right shoulder, bend through the left knee, step that foot behind your right leg, sole of the foot is down. Good, knee to the sky, and that left hand stays out as a kickstand in front of you, or option for that half bind. Bending through the elbow, reaching for the right hip crease. Breathing into your shape wherever you are. Allowing the side to look different than the last. Find a breath in. Find a breath out. Good, 3 more slow rounds of breath as you are. Last 2. Last inhale here. Slowly unraveling on your exhale, coming back to your bellies. We'll find that crocodile shape. Plant those hands out in front of you. Rest your forehead down. Good, and then bend through the knees, windshield wiper them side to side. And the knees go, or legs go long rather. Plant those hands under your shoulders and make your way back to a child's pose. Good, where we started our practice. And those arms, they can stay reaching forward here if you'd like, or you can reach towards your heels, finding a little shell shape, giving those shoulders a bit of a break. Resting that forehead down, maybe reaches towards the ground or finds a block. Allow those hips to sink back heavy. Good, we'll find 3 grounding breaths here together. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Long breath out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One last round here. Deepest breath in. Let it all go. Good. Use your hands for support to lift yourself up to a kneeling seat. And once you arrive in your seat, rooting down through your sit bones, reaching through the crown of the head. And we'll bring those hands to our heart center. Give your chest a tap with those thumbs, sending in love and gratitude for making the time to practice today, to move your body, challenge it in new ways, connect with your breath, and connect in community. And find a moment of gratitude for all the past teachings and practices that have come before us, and for this space and ability to connect here together. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through your practice today. And may the love and light in me shine through to the love and light in you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that heart-opening flow. I hope it's what you needed, and you feel a little bit more spacious across the chest and to the upper back. just feeling ready to take on whatever comes next in your day. Thank you again for being here. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment, let me know where you're tuning in from. I love connecting with you. And the more likes and subscribes we get, the more this community will grow together. So thank you for your support, and I look forward to connecting with you next week. Have a beautiful day. Bye, everyone.